I like to start saying that my life is colorful, and I think I make it colorful, and every one of us has the ability to make it as colorful as we can make our lives. But let me tell you a little bit of history of who I am and my beginnings. I was born in Sri Lanka. Father was a university professor, my mother was a homemaker. I have 4 siblings, older sisters, soon after high school, actually, I did get married. I married a partner who I'm married to even now, and I wanted in my life to make my life colorful, and I wanted to travel. So when I got married, I left Sri Lanka, and throughout this time I used to paint. I used to paint when I was about 9 years old, and my parents really encouraged, and I'm really thankful for that. So I used to balance even from a younger age, painting, studying. I played tennis for school. So I was able to multitask a little bit, what if I would say. So I got married and I left when I was very young, and I left to Africa. And actually the initial was really a bit tough because I didn't really know what to do, because I came from a very nestled upbringing to a kind of a wild place where now I'm married and I needed to learn many things in life. Actually, through my marriage and my husband's job, I was able to move to 8 countries. And as I moved, I realized that the world is for us to conquer. Almost we can make whatever we want to make out of it. And I started painting kind of not regularly, but when I really needed to express my emotion, or I loved something about it. Actually, the painting that's behind me is Stockholm. It is when we moved to Europe, I really got this sense of freedom. And I felt that you could really be yourself. You could be free. And I really went from a very traditional kind of painting bag colors to a very vibrant kind of change. So I think my life changed there, right? So I was a mother by this time, and I had changed my career. But back in the days in Sri Lanka, you're not encouraged to be an artist, I guess, right? My dad didn't think that was the career of my choice. So anyway, later I got into psychology. I studied psychology, mental health, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it because that really even grounded me more that we can do what we can, and that we all have this ability, which we really don't think about, right? So then I started painting again, and I found when I painted, I was able to really focus and concentrate and still really have a balanced mindset, right? So I continued that. So my psychology and my painting has been going hand in hand for quite a while. I started forming this tribe, which I'll explain to you a little later, where I have friends from different backgrounds, different places, and I started working with gender-based violence victims when I was much younger. And I loved that I could use this ability to paint and be creative with them, because they were able to concentrate and really realize that you could really be who you could be. Quite a few years back, I knew that Brandix was going to start a mental health program, and they were quite interested. And I can't tell you how excited I am that a company like Brandix in a place like Sri Lanka are really supporting mental wellness. So now I am here, and I work with my team. I work with over 40,000-50,000 women, and I work voluntarily with women who have faced gender-based violence. So to me, my life is very colorful, and some of the paintings you see today reflect that, because I've painted the tribes that we miss and the tribes that really support us. So I think combining art as a therapeutic value, where it gives you this concentration, it gives us this focus, alongside it gives us the ability to express our emotion. So that's one side. But if I really think back, I also think I am able to juggle being at work. I have a small private practice, I paint. I've started painting again because it has really inspired me, because I do that with the people I see. and I see them really discovering themselves. So I really want to get back into it. So what I really want to tell all of you too is, let's really become creative, become mindful, because that really helps us grow. That this ability to multitask and being able to do these things differently and having that confidence, and I think that confidence was built, I would say, through my mom, who managed 5 girls and a husband who was always out and about and doing things for the society, and I think she instilled that in us. So I continued that, but I must say my husband that I found when I was actually in high school has been a tremendous support to me. So I would also think when we find our partners, it's really good to kind of look and see, what is this partner going to bring? How are we going to complement each other? So having him by my side also gives me this freedom that I talked to you about, that I can be who I am, that I am confident, right? That I have my control and I don't get second guessed about that. Because as I said at the beginning, I think we make our own lives and we use color to whatever extent we use, and we make our lives brighter.